Jumping right in, we're gonna get these chicken thighs ready to be fried tomorrow. So we're gonna take these chicken thighs. As you can tell, these chicken thighs have a lot of hangy skin off the sides. That's not gonna fry it very well. So we're gonna make sure that we get these trimmed up. So we're gonna take these, pull the skin to the side, and just kind of square them up to make sure that we don't have any hanging skin or any of the fat hanging off the side of these chicken thighs. Once the thighs are cleaned up, you're gonna make your buttermilk mixture. In this case, we did not have buttermilk. If you have buttermilk, just use 3 cups of buttermilk. We didn't have buttermilk, so we're gonna make our own. Just remember, if you don't have buttermilk and you wanna make your own, it's just 1 cup of regular milk to 1 tablespoon of white vinegar. In this case, we took 3 cups of milk and we put 3 tablespoons of white vinegar in it, and we made our mixture. So in the end, we ended up with 3 cups of buttermilk. So once we have our mixture together, we're gonna mix that together a little bit, and then we're gonna add our seasonings. The first seasoning that we're gonna add into this is granulated garlic. So what we're gonna add is 1 tablespoon of granulated garlic, and then we're gonna add 1 tablespoon of granulated onion, and then we're gonna add 1 tablespoon of dried oregano leaves. Just regular oregano leaves was fine. Then we're gonna add 1/2 a teaspoon of ground white pepper. Once you have all that added, mix those together well. Pour that milk mixture over the top of your chicken, mix it together by hand, and then just take some plastic wrap, cover it, and then we're gonna put it back in the refrigerator until tomorrow. We'll let it marinate for about 10 hours, and we'll see you guys out at the fryer.
All right, so we've had this buttermilk chicken in the refrigerator overnight. Now we're gonna build the dredge to put it through. So it's just a seasoned flour. So basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna take flour. We've got 3 cups of flour here. And the flour is 2 to 1 to cornstarch. So we got cornstarch. So we got 3 cups of flour, 1.5 cups of cornstarch. Got 2 teaspoons of paprika. 2 teaspoons of black pepper, 2 teaspoons of kosher salt, and 2 teaspoons of granulated garlic. So we'll get this mixed up real good. So like I said, we had this covered in the refrigerator overnight. So the secret to crispy fried chicken is to make sure that that breading doesn't come off. There's 2 things that you need to know. You need to make sure that when you pull the buttermilk out, that you shake that excess buttermilk off. Then we're gonna put that into the flour. Dose that up with some flour here. And push it in. Push that flour into that chicken. These thighs take this flour real well. The other part of it is to make sure you shake off all that excess flour, because that flour is what breaks off. All right, so we'll get these, do another one here, show you. Again, shake it all off, and get it in that flour, and then push that flour into it. You want to get it into those crevices. Make sure we're all covered up with that seasoned flour. And when it's ready to come out, shake off all that excess flour and set it out to be fried. All right, we'll knock the rest of these out and we'll take you over to the fryer. All right, so we got that fryer at 350 degrees, a little bit over 350 degrees at this point. As soon as we get the chicken in, it'll drop down. We're gonna drop that chicken in. It's gonna take about 14 minutes, give or take. We're gonna check, make sure it's 165 degrees, but about 14 minutes is what we're looking at. So, all right, we'll get them dropped in. All right, we'll get these 4 dropped in there. Got a lot of moisture in it. You want to make sure you lower them down a little bit at a time. If you don't have a fryer like this, any fryer will work. Just know that chicken has a lot of moisture in it. Just want to make sure you go in very slowly. All right, we'll come back in about 12, 13 minutes to check on them, see how they're doing. All right, they're done. We're gonna let them sit a little bit. As you can tell, they're a little bit dark. These are some big old thighs, but you know what? They'll be fine. Not burnt, just a little bit dark. Can't get it 100% every time, but we'll get it as good as we can. Also looks like it's about time to change the oil on this thing, so we'll let them sit here and drain for a minute. We'll get them over here, get a taste test. All right, so the fried chicken is done. A little bit darker than we want. We see here, it's a little bit darker. So we usually like a little bit golden brown. This was a little bit browner, but we had to go this long because this thigh needed it as far as internal temperature. So it's not burnt, just a little bit dark. You know what? These cooks don't always turn out, but I bet you the flavor is there. Let's give it a shot. Still tastes good. A lot more crunchy than I would want, but you know what? Can't hit a home run every time. You guys give it a try. And you know what? If I did something different that you guys do, tell me in the comments below. May not look like grandma's. Sure tastes like it. See y'all next cook.